You've had a really, really long day. You are super tired. You grab a beer and you just want to savor it. Start feeling its rich body taste, its refreshing coolness, and then nothing. You're dead. You choked on a freaking beer. Welcome to the afterlife. You find yourself in spirit form, but you're not really concerned. The duat, or the afterlife as they call it, has many dangers, but you're a wizard, Harry, or the more sensible option in which you've just memorized every spell from the Book of Dead to help you with the upcoming challenges. You pass through multiple gates and caverns. You encounter monsters with claws and knives. You're not worried though. You know all the spells, you've done your homework. Finally, you reach the initial judgment. There are 42 judges waiting for you. They're called the Assessors of Ma'at. These 42 judges want you to profess that you have not committed the 42 sins. But there's a catch. You must know the names of each of the judges, and you must know the associated sin. I really hope you've done your homework on this part, because some of the sins sound like this. I have not stopped the flow of water. I have terrorized none. I have not snatched away the bread of the child, nor treated with contempt the god of my city. If you guys know how those two things are related, let me know, because I'm honestly confused. So you declare all those things to pass each test. Maybe the last one isn't actually true. You were really hungry that day. But again, it's a test, so you can cheat with magical incantations. With that out of the way, you reach the scales, Anubis waiting impatiently to clock in his hours. He looks exactly like you've seen him in statues and paintings. Head of an African golden wolf, super tall, super imposing. You'd even kind of want to fangirl over him and ask for an autograph, but the situation is kind of pressing. Thinking of those goddamn Greeks mockingly calling him Barker. It'll be fun seeing them suffer in the afterlife. But you have one final step before you can relax yourself. Anubis takes your heart, places it on the scale, and sets the feather of Ma'at, eerily similar to that of an ostrich, on the other side. Time moves slowly and you start seeing hints of the heart starting to outweigh the feather. That's a sure way that your soul is gonna perish. That's how you fail the test. There was a certain spell to prevent your heart from bearing witness against you, but then again, you freeze like a gazelle in lamplights and can't get a word out. God damn that kid, why wouldn't he just willingly give you that piece of bread? You failed. You see Thoth, ibis head, papyrus in hand, Thoth, starting to write the outcome in order to present it to Osiris, the king over Duat. The freaking snitch. Objection, you call, desperate that your immortality is compromised. Amid grins, thinking of the lofty meal your heart will make. Crocodile head, lion body, and hippo legs. If you didn't know how much of a threat the goddess actually is, you'd take her for a designer's bad joke. Thoth pauses. This isn't how it's supposed to go. It's a given that you're gonna accept your fate. What he doesn't understand is that you're a time traveler, and you have the best tool modern times can offer, calling for the manager. You start pleading your case. Okay, you might have eavesdropped now and then, maybe even stolen some beer from your neighbors. But does that even compare to what the gods themselves have done? Pointing up towards the sky, you start speaking of Horus, the falcon-headed god, protector of the black lands of Egypt. He who won the throne of Egypt by cheating in a competition against his uncle Seth. And honestly, that's the least shady thing he's done with his uncle. Side note, if you have a minute or two, just go and check out the letter story in the Seth versus Horus arc. It's like ancient Egyptian erotica, at its finest. And as a closing argument here, Ra word first. Moving on to a different ruler, we have Seth, the protector of the desert, Redlands, and its oasis. So, okay, he might have been the co-pilot of Ra in his daily journey to defeat Apep the serpent. But that doesn't excuse the long list of wrongdoings that followed, like killing his brother Osiris, tearing out Horus's eye, causing so much confusion in trying to identify which animal his head should be. Is he a jackal? Maybe an aardvark? A saluki? Nobody knows! Or let's take a look at a purely positive character. We have Ra, the mighty god of the sky and earth. Dude's always bringing the sun to the sky every day, which is kind of cool. But when he has an issue that he wants to deal with, he just sends a goddess to solve it. There are 3 goddesses that embody the Eye of Ra, so they're basically his mercenaries. There is Hathor, there is Sekhmet, and then there is Bastet. And they all kind of solve his issues with aggression. Is that really the way, Ra? And okay, one more thing, I'm not going to forget the wifey of the Duat. Isis with her throne hat. Is it a fashion sin? Well, possibly, but the point is that more recent depictions of her have Hathor's crown. Does nobody care about plagiarism in ancient Egypt? When you want to continue your plea, Osiris the mummy god calls out in anger. Wake up, you fool! Opening your eyes, you see Asim, your neighbor, shaking you into sobriety. Woof! Oh, that's right, you got really drunk on the beer he left unsupervised. Or did you? Could that have been the actual afterlife? Well, I guess you have no time to waste. I think it's the perfect moment to hit the temples to make sure that, you're gonna pass the test next time. You go for the jewelry box before leaving. You get some faience amulets for protection, ASAP. First, you find the Eye of Horus pendant, which has some sort of healing properties. You don't know, you just hope you can get over this hangover. Then, you grab an Eye of Ra, which helps you repel negative energies. Or people. A long walk outside the city walls and you get to the temple. You pass through the lotus pillars and reach the entrance. There you find an inscription on the outer wall, the Ankh, the Was Scepter, and the Diet, or in other words, life, dominion, and stability. Yeah, that's Osiris's backbone. Pretty gross, huh? The Book of the Dead awaits with its spells and customs. Good luck! This video is part of an entire series which aims to expand our visual library, so be sure to check out the rest of the topics explained. And, just see the Discord channel in the description down below, where I post drawing challenges and study references. I really hope to see you soon.